Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I have an unboxing and a test of the S8 Plus accessories working with the S9 Plus. Now, I had the base model of the S8 Plus. It was 128 gigs of storage and 8 gigs of RAM. So upgrading actually got me 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage. So it's a pretty good upgrade on those levels. I'm hoping that the Snapdragon Gen 2 versus the Gen 1 sees the same kind of battery improvements that I saw from the S22 Ultra to the S23 Ultra. So that's what my hope is in doing this upgrade. Obviously, it's going to be the same size. You might get a little bit better speakers with the bigger speakers, but overall, it's going to be the same device. So I'm getting more RAM, I'm getting more storage out of it, and I'm going to get more updates in the future, so it's a little bit more future-proof. But, you know, I didn't want to go full Ultra because I figure that's too big, and this is just a little S9 unboxing for you. Now what we're going to be testing here is the full keyboard cover for the Tab S8. If you do want to skip through the rest of this unboxing, you can go forward and do that real quick, because I'm going to attach it, show you exactly how it works, and you'll see whether that works or not. So the S9 Plus, this is everything that you get in the box. You get the S Pen, you get a charge cable. It's pretty standard fare for what they've been doing for the last couple years here. But let's move it along so that you guys can see what you came to see. Okay, so let me grab the case that I have for the S8 Plus, and we're going to try the back first. The keyboard we'll do second. But let's check the back. And again, I know it's not going to line up perfectly, but let's see how bad it is on the S9 Plus. So we're just going to line this up real quick. And you're going to see that, of course, the cameras do not match. And the S Pen actually is moved over by a few millimeters as well. Now the S Pen, luckily, you can kind of scoot that over, and that's okay. So you're going to have this little flap that kind of just doesn't quite magnetically sit, and you can see that the cutouts on the camera, and I expected that. And it's fine. You can still use it. The magnets are strong on the back. You can still use this as a kickstand portion for this, but this is what it's going to end up looking like if you use the S8 back on the S9 Plus back. Now, as far as the keyboard cover goes, you can attach it. It's going to give you this thing here that says that it's not made for this tablet. And the magnets are okay. They're a little bit looser than what they were before. So having it attached to the bottom portion of it is okay as well. At least it looked like it was okay. The magnets still hold it on the keyboard portion. They're a little weaker than the original because they moved a few of the internal magnets, and you do get this pop-up notice here. The problem is that if I type on the screen, we'll try the mouse first. Now the mouse comes up and it works, and then it stops, and then it works, and then it stops, and then it works, and then if you're in an area, it'll phantom a left click. So the keyboard is pretty much the same deal. I can hit the space bar a bunch of times, and you see I got nothing out of it. And then I will hit the space bar once, and then it'll stop working again. And then it'll start working again. And if I type something out, it'll only get a few letters of what I'm typing. So it starts to work, and then it stops. And then it starts to work, and then it stops. So I'm afraid, Samsung fans, that if you're moving from the S8 series, at least on the Plus model, to the S9 Plus model, your $230 keyboard is not going to work. I mean, it basically works, but it doesn't work. there's so much lag and delay that it's not even worth it. You could use the back portion of it as a magnetic kickstand, but that's a very expensive magnetic kickstand. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you're going to move from the S8 series to the S9 series, at least in the Plus model, you're going to have to rebuy a brand new keyboard. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review, and I'll check you guys out on the next video.